Alright, my name is Trevor Woolhour, and today I am going to tell you how and why music can be used to reinforce education, specifically literacy, language, and that type of things. Now, in order to understand this, you have to know the basic principles of music, and by basic principles, I mean you have to understand and know how music is a form of communication or literacy in itself. That way it's able to reiterate that and just know how it helps people. So, long story short, in order to conduct my research over this, I reached out to a person named Ruth Ann. She is a great person, plays piano and organ and has a great music knowledge, and she will tell you what education she has in music here in a little bit. And I also did a survey through SurveyMonkey, and I just did it through my college, and what I did is I sent it out to all my core curriculum classes, so that way it's more of a variety of a group. So people from history, people from criminology, people from intro to science or chemistry or biology and stuff like that. So that's the type of very scattered classes I got the data from, which makes it so that it's a less biased opinion. And I made sure not to send any to, like, for instance, a music ed area. I sent like maybe one or two from that request towards that area for survey response, but I didn't just target that area. I targeted multiple different locations, which makes it so it's a less biased opinion, which is absolutely what I was aiming for, is a less bias and more of a straightforward why and how it works. And well, now I'm going to let Ruth Ann explain her opinion on it over how music is a form of communication.
I have a bachelor music degree and a master music degree, and they were in organ performance.
Would you say music is a form of communication, a form of literacy?
Yes, it's a form of communication. It goes straight to the emotions. It's an international language that people from all over the world can understand. Even though you might speak a different language, we can all understand.
This shows a great importance because communication being a form of music, communication through music means that communication not only comes from that, but it kind of goes into what causes that communication through music. Is it the words? Is it the sound? So that kind of came up in my questions when I did my survey, and a lot of people came up with some really great answers. So I'll let you get to that in a second, but first I want to reiterate why this is really important. If music is a form of communication on its own, that means it can communicate to multiple people or maybe not, depending on if it's the sound of it or if it's the sound of the words and what the words are saying. So the real question is music communication because of the words or because of what is played and how it sounds? So, with that said, let's go to the survey responses. Alright, those were some of the answers I got from the survey, and that was the overall data from it. Now, you might be thinking, well, is that completely true? Well, the reason why music is kind of a form of communication with just the notes and the sound of it without the words is because of the different tones. For instance, major tones are more of a happy, upbeat, where minor are more sad or creepy. So here is a good example. You probably noticed that there's been music playing in the background. Well, now I'm going to cut into the music and increase the volume of it so you can hear it better. The first part, there are going to be words coming up telling you what to do in case you forget. But the first part, I want you to just listen to the music, not the words. Alright? And then the second part, well, we'll get to that here in a second. The second part, I want you to listen to the words and try to figure out, is that message the same or is it different? And compare it to how you're feeling between the two, the music and the words. Now, as you heard, the music from the first part was very upbeat, very happy, very joyful almost. It kind of made you want to smile, nod along, and just listen to the music. But when you listen to the words, it's not the same message, which gives you the indication that music without words can be very communicative, because it sounds like happy, jolly, joyful, but the words of that song were very depressed, discreet, but sang in a happy way. In fact, in the part of the song you listen to, it says, "A stomach full of pills didn't work again. I think I'll just put a bullet in my head and I'll be gone, 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 gone." Which is pretty much suicide note in his song. So the song is very down and depressing if you listen to just the words, but if you listen to the music, it sounds happy and upbeat, which shows how the words don't always go along with the music, but the music can carry along the message different from the words, and the words can carry along the message specific for that music, if you know what I mean. If you don't, I'll explain it a little more deeply here. In this song specifically, the words and the music seem to clash very heavily. So, long story short, the music's upbeat, happy, like if you're going up the hill, but the words are very down, minor, kind of sad, depressing words that are going down, but he sings it in an upbeat manner in order to match the music. Otherwise it won't sound right hearing that happy music to a very low, sad tone voice. The reason why they did this is because it's supposed to be a happy suicide song. In other words, it's saying, I'm pretty much so happy that I'm about to be gone, 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 gone. Which is depressing when you think about it, but that's what the song is written like, which makes the words more of a specific message to the tone of the music. But if you listen to them separately, you never think that they went together. That's why music by itself without the words is a form of communication, because it matters with your emotions. And when you put that with words, even if you put it into the educational stance, it will help reiterate stuff. For instance, if you're reading Dr. Seuss, a very happy moment in Dr. Seuss, or a very happy moment in a different story, like when Little Red Riding Hood gets her grandma back, or when Little Red Riding Hood first leaves the house, those are very happy moments. Play happy music to them. It gives the person listening to it, oh, hey, this is a happy part. This is what is good happening. And when the big bad wolf comes and eats grandma, that could be drastic music, very sad, downbeat, minor, scary music, Halloween music almost. That's how music can reiterate that type of learning. That's just a very small example, but on a bigger scale, it helps people focus and calm. In fact, in my survey, many people said that helps focus. Here is some of the survey answers I got on the question of, do you listen to music while trying to work on schoolwork? So as you can see, lots of people are already using this, listening to music while doing their homework, and listening to music while working on a paper or while working on math homework, just to help them concentrate. But a lot of people I know personally listen to music while working on papers, while reading, just simply because it helps them focus on that certain area. Especially if they're trying to write a story, they listen to music in order to help give them ideas. If they're listening to happy music, the story kind of goes in a happy way. Listen to sad music at the time, it kind of goes in a sadder, more down way, and you'll see the actual writing kind of fluctuate how the music is going. This is a prime example of why we need to incorporate this into our school systems in order to use music for education. Why be just having us do it at home on our own terms because we found out it helps us? Why not use this in elementary education to help people with disabilities or with learning issues, or even just the ordinary students, to help understand certain areas better? Happy tones, sad tones, help them understand the language a little bit better, help them understand that different toning in voice means the same thing as different toning in music, because we were never taught what happy music sounds like. We just know that feeling. Just like if someone yells at you, you know, oh, whoa, I did something a little bad. But when you're reading, you don't exactly know what that is, because reading out loud, you can be reading something like, Johnny just got a cake, instead of Johnny just got a cake. And if you play the music to the reading that the students are working on currently, it can give them that feeling of, oh, this would be a happy moment. This is how I can tell this when the wording's like this. And it helps them link that in their brain. This is why we need to use music in an educational way. Thank you for your time, and I hope that this video has helped you in some way, and I hope you incorporate this in your learning and educational life in some way, shape, or form. Have a great time and happy learning.